How could ancient humans move massive stones weighing thousands of tons, something even modern technology struggles with? This is the question that arises whenever anyone learns about Baalbek. Located in modern-day Lebanon, this ancient site is famous for its towering Roman temples built to honor Jupiter, Venus, and Bacchus. What baffles scientists is not the ancient temples themselves, but the enormous stones beneath them, the Baalbek Foundation. These stones are unimaginably heavy. 3 colossal limestone blocks, known as the trilithon, each weighing close to 1,000 tons, are stacked 12 meters high without the use of mortar to bind them. The traces left behind suggest they were not moved by pushing or pulling forces. It's as if someone gently placed these stones down, like a game of building blocks. Moreover, not far away, in a quarry, there is an even larger stone weighing 1,200 tons, known as the Stone of the Pregnant Woman. This stone is intricately carved and ready to be moved anywhere. However, it remains buried in the quarry for decades without explanation. Who created these marvels? Some theories suggest that the ancient Romans were responsible for these stones, as they were master builders who constructed aqueducts, amphitheaters, and robust road systems. Yet, within the architecture they left behind, there is no example showing that they ever moved objects weighing nearly 1,000 tons. Even with modern tools, this remains nearly impossible. That is why some researchers believe Baalbek predates the Romans. Some argue that it was built by the Phoenicians, a mysterious maritime civilization that once dominated the Mediterranean. Others even suggest it is pre-Phoenician, belonging to a lost civilization possibly older than any recorded in history. But if this is true, who were they? More importantly, how did they accomplish this? One hypothesis posits that the builders may have used a form of ancient technology lost to time, related to gravity, sound frequency, or physical principles that modern humanity has yet to discover. Alternatively, it could be the result of extraterrestrial intervention. Of course, there is no concrete evidence to support this theory, but one thing is certain: no one has yet explained how these stones were transported. They remain one of humanity's greatest technical puzzles. If even modern cranes can't lift these stones, how did the ancient builders do it? Choose the answer and leave a comment below. Alexandria has always been a land shrouded in the fog of legend and unsolved mysteries. It was once the intellectual center of the ancient world, home to the great library of Alexandria and the lighthouse of Pharos. However, over the years, these two symbols have vanished without a trace. Much of the city's history lies buried beneath modern concrete and the Mediterranean waters. What remains are only vague hints, or occasionally a few clues that are insufficient to explain all these mysteries. In 2018, during a routine excavation in the city Gabber district, a strange discovery shook the archaeological world. A nearly 3-meter-long black granite sarcophagus, sealed tightly with a thick layer of mortar, was found. Unlike intricately carved sarcophagi, this one was simply a raw block of stone, retaining its original shape, seemingly untouched by anyone else. When archaeologists opened the more than 15-ton sarcophagus, a horrific stench emerged. Inside was not a mummified king or sacred artifacts, but a murky red liquid and 3 unidentified skeletons. No accompanying items, no names, no history, and no signs indicating their identities. Experts determined that the 3 skeletons belonged to 2 men and 1 woman, but no one knows who they were. Were they victims of an ancient ritual? Were they punished individuals? Or perhaps a horrifying mystery we are not meant to know? Another remarkable point is that the tomb of Alexander the Great has never been found here, despite him being the founder of this city. The Library of Alexandria, which housed the knowledge of the ancient world, has also disappeared without a trace. Archaeologists have begun to present arguments and speculations. Some researchers suggest that it could be the tomb of military nobles, hastily buried after their deaths. Others believe the sarcophagus was originally used for an important figure, but later repurposed as a communal grave. Some believe the sarcophagus is cursed. Others wish to drink the liquid inside, hoping to gain mysterious powers. The internet is flooded with supernatural theories, ranging from magical rituals to ancient creatures sealed away. However, these speculations remain just that: speculations. No concrete evidence has yet emerged to explain why this city is so shrouded in mystery. Yet, to this day, Alexandria remains an important cultural and commercial center, as well as a place that harbors many historical enigmas yet to be unraveled. Ancient Egypt is a place filled with countless mysteries awaiting explanation, from obscure texts found in desert caves to self-moving stones that leave us questioning the world we live in. Few know that ancient Egypt harbored a lost labyrinth, described in ancient writings and even more enigmatic than the pyramids. Yet, to this day, no one has found it. Could this be one of the greatest lost treasures in history? Let's explore this mystery. The Lost Labyrinth of Egypt tells the story of a wonder that once existed, a structure mentioned to surpass the pyramids in scale, but buried by time. Egypt is no stranger to secrets hidden beneath the sand. Beneath the golden dust of the desert, archaeologists continue to uncover things beyond imagination. Some sites reveal temples, others tombs, and some hide things never before seen by human eyes. Saqqara is one of the most important archaeological sites in ancient Egypt. For over 3,000 years, it has been a sacred land for the final resting place of royalty, the elite, and sacred animals. However, in 2018, a team of Egyptian archaeologists made a discovery that exceeded all expectations. Buried deep beneath the sand was a solid black granite sarcophagus, nearly 9 feet long and weighing several tons. What made it unusual was not only its size, but also its strange black color and incredible intactness. Unlike most sarcophagi, which were looted in ancient times, this one was completely intact. The lid alone weighed nearly 30 tons, making it incredibly difficult to open. As workers carefully lifted it, the ancient air of a millennia-old tomb escaped into the modern world for the first time. But what they found inside was not a pharaoh, a high priest, or even a noble. Instead, inside the black sarcophagus were the remains of a creature no one expected. It was not human, nor was it a sacred animal typically mummified in ancient Egypt. Instead, the remains belonged to something entirely unknown. The bones suggested it belonged to an unusually large and powerful creature, but its species could not be immediately identified. This discovery left the entire archaeological community baffled. What kind of creature was special enough to be buried in such a massive coffin? Some scholars speculated it could be a giant cat or a form of sacred lion once worshipped. Others suspected it was an extinct species that once lived along the Nile and disappeared before recorded history. Some researchers believe it might not be the remains of an animal at all. In Egyptian mythology, There are many deities that are hybrids of human and animal, such as Anubis and Sekhmet. Could this be the symbolic form of a deity that was worshipped, or something entirely different that ancient people deliberately concealed from history? What is this creature? Why was it buried in such an unusual manner? And did ancient Egypt attempt to hide something from us that they never wanted anyone to discover? What do you think? Let us know in the comments below. There is a place in the world that has remained uncompleted for thousands of years. Can you guess where it is? Quietly located in an ancient quarry in Aswan, southern Egypt, the obelisk is one of the greatest mysteries of ancient engineering. Carved partially from solid granite, it has remained in its position for over 3,000 years, measuring more than 42 meters in length and weighing around 1,200 tons. If completed, it would have been the largest stone monument ever erected by human hands. Unfortunately, it was left unfinished, and to this day, no one truly knows why it remains forever incomplete. Aswan was an important stone quarry in ancient Egypt, providing materials for monumental projects like the Karnak Temple, the Luxor Temple, and towers in Rome. But no site in Aswan is as mysterious as this one. Archaeologists believe this project was undertaken during the reign of Queen Hatshepsut, one of the most powerful and enigmatic figures in Egyptian history. She was known for her ambitious constructions, colossal monuments, and decisions that shook her court. But why would she leave behind an unfinished monument? Was it a technical failure or a warning from the gods? The most common explanation offered is that a crack appeared on the body of the obelisk during the carving process, making it impossible to move or erect it. However, this answer raises another question. The Egyptians were renowned for their ability to handle stone and move massive blocks with high precision. Why didn't they find a way to deal with this crack? They could have cut it into smaller pieces or repurposed it. Yet, they left it here without further explanation. Some scholars offer a more ominous theory that the project was cursed. In the religious beliefs of ancient Egyptians, natural signs like cracks could be interpreted as bad omens from the gods. A massive stone with a large crack might signify that the project should not continue. If the priests declared that the project had been rejected by the divine, then no matter how powerful, even a pharaoh would have to stop. Another hypothesis suggests that this was not a serious project, but a place for new workers to practice their skills. But if that were the case, why choose the largest and most complex block, weighing twice as much as any obelisk ever erected? The deep grooves and symmetrical chisel marks left on the stone's surface lead many researchers today to suspect that ancient techniques were more sophisticated than we once thought. The Egyptians did not use metal tools. They used a very hard stone, dolerite, to pound and carve through granite. But could such precise shaping have been achieved by humans? The stories we explored today offer just a glimpse into the strange, the unexplained, and the fragments of forgotten history that continue to baffle experts and spark endless debates. Thank you for joining us in uncovering these ancient mysteries. What do you think about these enigmas? Could there be ancient civilizations we have yet to discover? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to like and subscribe so you won't miss our upcoming interesting videos. The stories we explored today offer just a glimpse into the strange, the unexplained, and the fragments of forgotten history that continue to baffle experts and spark endless debates. Thank you for joining us in uncovering these ancient mysteries. What do you think about these enigmas? Could there be ancient civilizations we have yet to discover? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to like and subscribe so you won't miss our upcoming interesting videos.